Yeah, what's going on, everybody? This is Trading G's with G. This video is gonna be on GameStop and Bitcoin. I'm also gonna tag in slightly with Chewy and AMC. Everybody knows that GameStop earnings is tomorrow and Chewy's earnings is on Wednesday. I'm gonna get straight to the chase. So this article is by Bar Chart. Most of y'all know it's the website that I use to follow the option contracts and expiration dates to check the volatility as well as open interest with stocks that I do options with. But right here, this article, I'm not gonna really get too much into it. So pretty much like they're estimating how much money do they feel that GameStop has made off of Bitcoins. I took my own notes on the side, so bear with me. So last month they reported that they purchased 4,710 Bitcoin, and we don't know what date this happened. We cannot sit here and guesstimate exactly how much money they poured into Bitcoin. Maybe they bought some in the first quarter and some in the second quarter going on. That's what this article is explaining. Here's a whole bunch of math. But if you look at that monster dip when Trump started the tariffs between April 7th and the 9th, Bitcoin's low was at $74,441 around there. So let's say if they went all in, Ryan Cohen and GameStop, and they bought that big old dip at 74, they would have spent approximately $350.6 million. If you split that in half, let's say if they bought some at the dip and then some at around like 80, 85, or 90,000, then they probably spent a little less than 200,000 for half, and maybe 175 for half, and then 175, 180 for the other half. But anyways, the current price of Bitcoin today, it's been soaring. I'm gonna get into that also. So as of today, it's June 9th. It's around 110,000. It dipped below 110 after that. It's like at 109 currently at the time of recording. And their purchase, if they went all in, would have been $521 million. So that would be a maximum profit of $170,388. Oh, I'm sorry, $170,388,159. So their maximum profit if they bought that dip in April at 74,000 and now it's at around 110, the most it could have possibly made with 4,710 Bitcoin is 170.3 million. So, like I said, we don't know what's gonna happen. And according to this report over here, like we get down to the bottom of it, the analysts, the reason why they ain't giving us no game on what they think is gonna happen tomorrow for earnings, because they know that this is probably gonna pump the market. If they report that they had made $100 million or 200 million or something with Bitcoin and their other profits, yeah, this is going to be a good earnings possibly. Of course, what I say is not financial advice. With that, I'm going to say my disclaimer. Listen to the Dreadhead Trader with a grain of black salt. Do your own due diligence. Be your own DD. Be your own designated driver. You cannot trust anything I say 100%. No, I have your best interest and I always keep it 100. So some analysts are saying it's only going to be 4 cents per quarter for quarter one. I believe it's going to be a lot more. More people think it's going to be 46 cents for earnings per share. And this article saying if you throw in another 17 cents, it could hit 63 cents approximately. But if you think about it, if they keep purchasing more Bitcoin, and let's say they keep selling shares, they like to do share offerings, this EPS could hit around $1, a little less than $1 within the next year. In my general opinion, I think GameStop could hit the SP 500 one day because their financials are so smooth. Like they hardly have any debt, basically little to no debt, and they have about 6 or 7 billion cash on hand in counting with this Bitcoin purchase. So, and with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's been soaring today. It's up like 3,500, 4,000. Obviously, there's a hack on the Paraguayan president's Twitter account. It's since been deleted, allegedly. You know they don't want to give us the secrets with Bitcoin and the moves that they're making. So if you look closely right over here, this paragraph right here pretty much breaks it down. So they're saying that Pena's post, it stated that Bitcoin has been approved as a legal tender in the country. It also mentioned that the president approved of a $5 million Bitcoin reserve, along with bond access for crypto-enabled citizens. And fortunately, as we know, allegedly, this is posted. Nobody has been scammed. The message is written in English. It says, ask investors to secure your stake in Bitcoin now, and included a wallet address. So maybe this was some type of hack that was made. We don't know, but this is the reason why Bitcoin has been soaring as of today. It went all the way up to, I believe, 110.6 thousand, like I said earlier, and now it's currently selling off. The all-time high was just about 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when it hit 111,000, basically 112,000, 111,900,000. So let's see if this sell-off is going to bring it all the way down to 100K again, like it was just last Thursday on June 5th, or if this is going to break out and hit 112,000 plus this upcoming week. All right, so with GameStop, if you guys saw some of my shorts, I was saying a few days ago that GameStop was looking bullish as we were seeing this shooting hammer and Verge Star, pretty much this reversal signal right here. And it's been consolidating ever since. It hit like $31 just last Monday, and today it went up 76 cents. It's up a little more. But after hours, where do I see GameStop going with earnings? If it goes up, meaning if I think there's gonna be some kind of a pump, because right when they announced the Bitcoin amounts that they purchased right here on the 27th or 28th, it spiked all the way up to 35, and obviously it tanked all the way down to below 30 slightly. If it's positive, if it's in the green, and people are believing in buying, I could see it going between $33, $35 max. I'll be shocked if it goes past it with all the shorts and the hedge funds, but if it's a sell-off, which could possibly happen, just looking at fundamentals, we know GameStop doesn't really follow that. At some point, this uptrend is going to come down. Hopefully it's not now. I have 3 calls that expire at the end of the year, but if it spikes, I'm out. Because people want to say, oh, the Moads, mother, all short squeezes. Yeah, that's like hundreds percent of a gain. That's like 1, 2, 3, 400%. That's like hitting a grand slam or hitting a cycle in a baseball game. It's not likely to happen. I've been doing this time and time again for years. I could see GameStop possibly coming down like below 29, below 28 if there's a sell-off. But I do think, regardless, GameStop is bullish. We all know why. There's just too much positive news. Nintendo Switch just came out a few days ago. The Bitcoin rumors are actually true. And I really think Ryan Cohen and GameStop are gonna really push this company to the top. So I'm gonna go over Chewy real quick. This is what we all hope happens for GameStop. We hope that it can hit even $40. So today it went down almost $2. But for like the past like several weeks, the last like year, literally, like ever since like August of 24, when that last big dip happened, it was at like $20, and this has been an uptrend ever since August of 2024. The 2023 high is 52.88, and it's not far from there. I won't be surprised if this blasts through, but I think Chewy's due for a sell off. I won't be surprised if it comes down below $40, but of course, nobody knows what's going to happen. I'm expecting them to smash through earnings. They have been doing a lot better than a lot of rival pet companies, such as Petco. Their sales have been doing pretty good despite the tariffs and everything. Everybody has a cat and a dog. This company is a necessity, and people don't know that Ryan Cohan founded this company, I believe, in 2011, and he gave away his rights around like 2016 or 18 or something. So just notice how these two meme stocks really correlate. The all-time high for Chewy is $120, and of course that was when GameStop and AMC soared through the roof that year. A lot of people don't talk about Chewy. That was really the bronze medal out of these three meme stocks. Speaking of AMC, well, I don't really know what to say. I think if anybody bought from 2021 or even up till 2023, we all got rigged. We all got finessed real bad, right? So, as we know, on May 27th, they announced that they broke an all-time record for Memorial Day gross when Lilo and Stitch was out. So that opening weekend, they busted through the roof and sold about 183 million that weekend as far as tickets of revenue go. That is a Memorial Day record. So right around that time, went up 77 cents ever since it tanked. So it went all the way up to as high as 408, and now it's been consolidating between 320 and like 357, and like the stock is just so manipulated. Like, oh my gosh, like literally like the last 3 days, like in the last week, it closed out at the exact same price. If you see right here, all closed. I believe it closed at $3.40 like 3 days in a row. And the odds of that happening, according to like ChatGPT, is like 1 in like a couple million. So the manipulation is crazy. Anything can happen, with AMC when GameStop earnings are around the corner. I'm gonna go to monthly and show y'all how I got finessed. So in 2023, almost 2 years ago, I bought this contract. Thank God it finally ends next Friday on June 20th. It was a $4 call, really cheap, $160. There's not gonna be a MOAS next week, so I need this to hit 40, dollars just to break even. But with all the Greek numbers being manipulated because of the reverse stock split that happened, I need a miracle, man. It's gonna have to hit like its all-time high of like $309, which is really $39. It's just crazy how ANC is trading at 33 cents, and the all-time low is 238, which happened a few weeks ago. I'm just waiting for that to expire so I can take my loss and finally truly start my journey with swing trading. I just cannot stand, the manipulation with these meme stocks, but I've been becoming a better trader, I can't lie. It's made me become more risk-reward savvy. I actually know how much I want to lose in a particular trade or in a particular month. So good luck with everybody. If you guys are gambling with earnings, just remember that it is a gamble. You better put down what you're willing to lose. And if you have stocks, shout out to the GameStop holders. I'm going to eventually recop my stocks. I sold mine for some profits. Got to get some money out here. But with that being said, until next time, Train G's with G. I'm out.